What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I got a chance to check out the first two episodes of Agatha All Along last night, and this is a show that I have been really intrigued by because I think Catherine Hahn is great as Agatha. So when they announced that they were going to be giving her her own show, I was really intrigued because you can do a lot with this character, at least I thought. So when they first dropped the trailer for this show, I was really intrigued because it started off as this procedural type of show, and then it transitioned from Agnes going back into her Agatha form. So that really had me a little bit more intrigued. Then we found out that the review embargo didn't drop until 2 hours before the show premiered. That's normally a big red flag. So I went into the first two episodes skeptical, but at the same time really curious to see what they were going to do. And I think it was pretty good. As far as starting off this show, I think it does enough to get some people intrigued with what's going on with the mystery of everything. I think it sets it up pretty well. I think they give her a little bit more meat in here than they did in the actual show, because you knew that she was pulling the strings in WandaVision, but I don't think they gave her enough to do as far as being Agnes until the last couple of episodes. So seeing her kind of lead the show, kind of get a little bit more of her personality, kind of get into the groove of who this character is and how she works. She was the right amount of sass, but at the same time she is very convicted, and it took me a little while for me to get into the groove of the show because for the most part, for the first half of the first episodes, Catherine Hahn is hamming it up really hard. So that's probably going to be a big turnoff for a lot of people, because if you're not putting two and two together, then you're probably not going to really enjoy the first half of the first episode, because it goes in a really campy way in which I was not really expecting it to go, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like the route that it was going to be taking. But then I put two and two together and I started to figure out why she was acting that way. Then that is when I started to get into the groove of the show. So on some aspects, the first two episodes of the show has a lot of mystery, but at the same time they also pepper in a couple of creepy moments here and there, where I'm really hoping that they kind of keep that vibe going throughout the entire series, because it really does put you in that spooky season. On that level, I really appreciate that they're trying to go on a different route, and I really enjoyed the humor in here. At times it was hit and miss for me, but for the most part I thought it had a little bit more hits than it had misses. There is still a lot of mystery regarding who Joe Locke's character is going to be, and that is going to be the focal point of who this character is. I'm not really attached to this character as much as I want to be just yet. And I think half of that has to do with the relationship between Catherine Hahn and Joe Locke. I think their chemistry is okay, but I'm not sure how it's going to develop moving forward, because there's nothing that I don't like about this character. It's just that there's not a lot of meat to this character that really makes me want to care about who he is or where he comes from, because those are questions that are going to be answered later on in the show. And I have my theories on who this character is, and I'm guessing a lot of people have a lot of theories as to who this character is. But once we get into the second episode and we kind of go on this little mini road trip and trying to find other witches to join Agatha in this journey that she has to go through, I thought it was enjoyable to the point in which I'm really intrigued in which direction they're going to be taking the show in, and I'm really hoping that they're able to stick the landing, because there's enough for me in here to really come out enjoying. There's nothing in here that I didn't really hate, and that was me going into the show kind of skeptical. It has the right amount of sass, it has the right amount of humor, and it also has the right amount of creeps to kind of get you interested. If you're not vibing with the first two episodes, I don't know if you're going to be vibing with the rest of the series. I think the first two episodes kind of do set you up to what the show is going to be like and what these characters are going to be like. There are some that I enjoy more than others, and we only see Aubrey Plaza in the first two episodes, at least for now. I'm pretty sure she's going to be a big focal point in the rest of the series, but I really enjoy what they were doing with that character and the relationship that she kind of has with Catherine Hahn. Overall, it's a show that I came out really enjoying, and I'm kind of curious to see what kind of route they're going to be taking with this show. I'm really hoping that they're able to stick the landing. But as far as the first 2 episodes, I think the first 2 episodes kind of give you a good glance as to whether or not you're going to really enjoy the show and you're going to start vibing with it. Because if you don't vibe with the first 2 episodes, I'm not sure the rest of the show is going to be for you. But as far as for me, I really enjoyed it. It's fun, it's enjoyable. There were some moments where I was laughing. It's really great to see some of the supporting characters from the WandaVision in the first episode kind of having a big focal point and kind of keeping to that spirit of WandaVision. Plus, I really enjoyed what they did with the opening credits of the first episode. I thought it was a very Deadpoolish kind of opening credits that I really enjoyed. But overall, this is a show that I'm probably going to be vibing with it. As far as the first 2 episodes, it is most definitely the vibe for me. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. I'm really intrigued to see what they're going to be doing with the rest of the show. But those are my thoughts on the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along. Are you guys going to be planning on checking this show out, or are you done with the Marvel and Disney shows? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys for the next video.